Hey folks, this is ioEther and we're back with some more World of Tanks. As you can see, this is the Danish Bacon. He's back. I asked him to send me games and he sent me 2 games. I know, it's amazing. So, we have the second Danish Bacon game in like 2 weeks. It's great. Is him and his M46 Patton. It's a tier 9 game on Westfield. And since we're in a medium tank, we're gonna go the medium tank route. I don't know why I'm cheering. This is a Patton that's never gonna get there. This thing does not move very fast, but it will eventually get to where it's going. While he's getting there, I'm going to talk about same thing I talk about every video. If you think this deserves the MVP, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, please subscribe. Also, if you want to see other stuff, check out the UOC content that will be going up every other day for next little bit. And you get to see me in combat in Minecraft. Yeah, I do epic, don't worry. And then, yeah, if you don't like this for some reason, please hit the dislike button. And all things, thank the Patreons, for they are amazing. And let's get into the game as our poor black dog over there is getting his butt handed to him by a bat chat. But unfortunately for the bat chat, he's run out of ammo, and now he has to run away, or at least has to find somewhere where the black dog can't shoot him. But of course, in doing so, he manages to get himself killed by the 1390, who is clever enough to be over here. Now it turns out the T49 on the enemy team is also over here. And we just got lit and shot by the AMX, who must be on that ridge line, and just shot us through multiple bushes. It's just unfortunate. Annoying is what that is. Especially because he didn't get hit up by either the Bulldog or our AMX 1390. Though, either way, now both enemy scouts are down, and they don't have any more. So good. Now, our 1390 has free reign to push up here and do whatever he wants in this area, which I'm sure he will do. While he's doing that, though, we are looking for this AMX 30 who shot us. Where are we going? Okay. Instead of continuing along this ridgeline, what like I would do to get to somewhere like here where he can dominate this side of the map, looks like Bacon's actually pushing up and over to this side of the valley, and he's going to start dominating over here from up close and personal, which obviously is the better move, because it doesn't take long to realize that if you're in here, the only shots you're going to have left after about now is this AMX and anything else that's in this area. But from the looks of it, there's probably not much in this area, which is why Bacon crossed the valley here. But I'm still, mine's fried from work, and that didn't click until 3 seconds after he started doing it, which is why I don't play tanks right after I finish work. Now we go ahead and take out the Tiger P, and without too much effort either, as he continues to just work his way along this ridgeline. He's the problem over here is, yeah, we just lost our T29, and now all of this tightly woven pack is just going to come pouring down here. And while they're doing that, Bacon's going to have beautiful side shots. Are we in fixed camera? We are, so that's what he's looking at. And while these enemies start coming down here, he's going to have side shots. He's going to have shots from far where they can't even see him, because of he'll be shooting through bushes and whatnot. Or they're going to turn around and go home. Nope, there we go. And side shot number 1, while it's pushing over and trying to kill our T25-2. And side shot number 2. And he's going to get at least one more, as they seem to have stopped their advance. And that is actually the worst thing they could have done. Because of the fact that they stopped out in the open, Bacon's going to get so many delicious side shots. And you notice he's taking out the ones he can take out first. he could be farming the side of that Type 4. But instead of doing that, he's killing the ones he can kill, and he's immobilizing those that he can't kill. This poor WoT is going to sit here and die. He switched to the lower health one, and as much as our T25/2 isn't actually doing anything, he's not shooting, he's not, being involved in the battle. He's really essential in this strategy because of the fact that the enemy keep going for him like a dog to a bone, and while they're happily running across that field, Bacon just keeps smacking him over and over and over again. And he will continue to do this as long as he has to. That Type 4 is going to apparently make the final push, as if this is somehow going to be the best thing in the world. This little kill on this T25-2 is going to be worth all the death. Nope, it doesn't even get him. After all that, he doesn't even kill the T25-2. It's still there. Now, I don't know if the T25 knows what just happened, or if he's just off in La La Land. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and the credit to say that he knew what he was doing was the best thing by luring all those enemy tanks out across the open ground where they could just get murdered. There is so low up there, however. Right? So we still have to be careful about that. But he is really not a threat. I thought we had his side for a second, but apparently we didn't. Oh, well, we will in a second. There we go. That's the end of that. So now it's down to that AMX-30, who was badgering us in the beginning, and a J-Panther 2, who we've never seen. Now, in all this time, the T-25-2 has stayed where he is. And yes, so he is smart enough to know what just happened, and he wasn't being an idiot, he wasn't frozen with terror, and he wasn't AFK. He was trying to do what he did, which is great. That means that Bacon has somebody he can rely on behind him, backing him up, which is essential in a game like this. So he's going to have to advance on this AMX because he wants to pin him in place. He wants to be able to find a way to use his... of the two of them, Bacon has the better turret. If they're going to do that kind of turret gun battle thing, Bacon's going to come out on top. Whereas if he lets the AMX play to his advantages, then the AMX is going to obviously do things that he's not going to be able to necessarily counter. Knocking a tree down is a really bad plan. Oh, that's the J-Panther. That's so cute. Oh, they're both coming together. That's really interesting. I'm going to pause it right here. Notice the fact that our ally is moving. Now, up until now, he's been stuck in this region. He hasn't moved. Now, he is a one-shot, mind you. He's a one-shot for both the J-Panther and the T-30. So, up until the point where he knew where both of them were, he wasn't moving. He was staying in cover, which is a great plan, especially since he was covering our back. But now that he knows where they are, he's already started moving, and obviously now we dropped the J-Panther. The T-25/2 needs only to worry about him, and I'm betting he can see him, or he will be able to see him in a couple of seconds if he can't see him right now. And for right now, I don't think we're going to get this shot. I think that he's going to be fast enough to zip over here before the cursor can be there and then fire. So we're going to have to see what happens. Yep. He gets into cover, and it's a wasted shot. But we got the T-25/2 coming down, being aggressive, even though he knows this could be the end for him if he messes this up. But nope. Well played. Well done. This was exactly the right thing to be doing. And as much as I don't know if he got any spine damage for all that amazingness he did up there. But these two won the game for the team. Without both of them doing exactly what they were doing, this probably would have been a total defeat. And this is the best example of teamwork I've seen in a long time between people who aren't necessarily realizing that they're, working together for the first few seconds, and then everything really starts to mesh, and this worked out beautifully. Good job, guys. If this video wins MVP, I am sending gold to both of these guys because they both deserve it. Yeah, so we'll jump over and see what his battle results were. Both of theirs, actually. So this was actually Bacon's second mark of excellence on his 46 Patton. That's awesome. It's a first class, unfortunately, not amazing. Fire for effect, he gets the Bradley Walters, a high caliber tank sniper, and of course a Top Gun, not that we care. But the fact that he did so much damage, and the majority of the damage is done to these heavies that decide to cross the open ground and show their size to 46 Patton, who was running Cola. Wait a sec, that's 1300 experience. That's only a first class mastery badge? What do you need to get in this thing to get a ace tanker? Bacon, have you ever ace tankered the 46 Patton? And if you have, why didn't you send that game? Did you send that game in? Did I forget about that game? Which is quite possible, mind you. So I need to see the T25/2. Did you get spine damage? No. So this is where the game kind of fails. So the T25/2 was instrumental. Amazingly instrumental in that victory. Without him, this would have been a loss with no chance of survival. Because there's no way all those tanks would have parked side on to Bacon for so long if this T25 hadn't been teasing them and pulling them deeper into their death. And without him, this would not have been a victory, more than likely. Or Bacon would have had to work a lot harder for it. As it was, this was a pretty easy victory. This guy is the reason for it. But he doesn't get any credit for it. He doesn't get spotting. He doesn't get much assistance. He gets a little bit of spotting, but not much. Like, I mean, definitely not like 4,000 damage worth, which is, I think, about what he put in. So that's 6... 7, I guess Tiger P doesn't really count, so we're at 8, 12. See, there's about 12 shots worth. 12 times 400 is 4,800-ish. So yeah, most of this damage is due to this guy, but he doesn't get the spine for that, which is where the system fails him a little bit, right? I also need to note that the AMX-30 did almost 5,000 damage and still managed to lose this game because his teammates just couldn't carry quite as hard as these two did. And so again, if this wins MVP for the week, I'm saying both these guys gold because they both deserve it and they both played really amazingly. I don't necessarily think that gold was needed as much as Bacon used it, but keep in mind, first off, he was going for a second mark of excellence, which generally means you spend more gold, and two, the APCR fires or flies faster than the standard ammo. So loading APCR is good if you're firing at targets that are a long way off, but easily penned, like the sides of moving tanks. And so I can completely understand why he fired gold so much. And it's maybe not necessary, but I'm pretty sure I would have done it in his position, even if I was trying to be cost effective for the game. It was just a smart move. It was a well-played game. Overall, I have no complaints about this game. I just wish my mind had caught up a little bit to what he was doing before, when he was doing that valley push, and my mind was just like, da, 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 da. But other than that, like, I mean, this was a beautiful game. Thank you so much, Bacon, for staying in. Again, if you guys think this deserves an MVP, then please do hit that like button. If you think that you want to see more of this kind of thing, please subscribe. If you didn't like something that happened, or you didn't like the way this turned out, feel free to hit the dislike button. And all things, thank the patrons, for they are amazing, and they make the MVP program possible, and a bunch of other things I do. So thank you all. And I will see you next time. This ioEther out.